Okay, so we're going to install Windows using a virtual machine in HyperV. So first we're going to create the virtual machine and then install Windows 10 operating system onto that virtual machine. So let's get started. We go into PC1 here. Enter our user and password. Get logged in. Let me move this down just a tad. There we go. All right, we're going to search for our HyperV Manager app. And we've got that launched. Let's go to New Virtual Machine. All right. Let's go ahead and click Next. We're going to name this thing Windows 10 or Win.10. That's what the instructions are recommending. Store the virtual machine in a different location, and let's browse for a different location. All right, so it wants us to select the F drive, the third disk. And from there, we're going to do New Folder, add a new folder to this location. We'll name the folder Windows 10. All right. Make sure your folder that you've just created is selected, then click Select Folder. Now we've got our location specified, F drive, that's our folder. Let's go ahead and click Next. We need to specify the generation, so we're going to make sure that generation 1 is selected and click Next. Then we're going to want to assign some memory to this virtual machine, and the recommendation is 6,144 megabits. I'm sorry, megabytes. And we want to uncheck the box for use dynamic memory for this virtual machine. Let's go ahead and click Next. We need to configure our connection to the network. How we connect to the network. Default switch is what we want. Select Next. Now we've got our Connect Virtual Hard Disk page. This is where we want to connect to our VHD. And it looks like you want to, instructions are recommending we choose a hard disk size of 25 gigabytes. And Next. installation options, we want to install an operating system from a bootable CD or DVD-ROM, which is going to be our image file that we need to locate to allow Windows to boot up once we start our virtual machine. Let's see. We need to select the toolbox, go into ISO, and select our ISO file, our Windows 10 64-bit architecture. Open that. We're telling the virtual machine to use that virtual file to boot up. Go ahead and select Next, confirming what our selections, our settings, and click Finish. Let that spin up. All right, so we want to select our virtual machine and get into the settings. The processor, it's asking us to have 2 processors. Click OK. And double click our virtual machine. It's currently turned off, but we want to start it up. So let's click Start, and we're going to go through the Windows settings if this thing successfully boots from that ISO file that we've told it to boot from. And depending on your system, this could take we got some issues here. All right, so we're back and we've got our virtual machine to boot, and hopefully we'll be able to get into the Windows settings in just a moment. It didn't boot up the first time, so I had to pause and come back to that, so I apologize. See this screen? Leave everything as is. Select Next and choose Install Now. Setup is starting. We don't have a product key, so we'll select I don't have a product key, and we're going to install Windows 10 Pro. That's pretty cool. That's the version in addition we're going to install. Click Next. It's going to run you through the license and terms next. Select I accept the license and terms. Click Next. Then we're going to do a custom install. And it's going to ask us where we want to install Windows. It's already selected that 25 gig hard drive that we created. So let's go ahead and click next. I'm just pausing this through the while the installation's going on because this can take a few minutes. So sit tight. All right. So it looks like we're back, and hopefully we're going to run through the basic setup steps pretty quickly, and should be good to go. Hey, we're back, and we're still waiting for this to complete, so sit tight. I'll be back in a second. Making some more progress. Just a moment. Be right back. All right, so let's finish up this setup process. We're going to choose our region. That is our region. We need to be able to select next, though. And it's not letting me, so hold on one second. Okay, back again. Sorry about that. I had to undock this thing to get a better view so I can see the entire screen and be able to choose the options I want to choose. So we selected the region. Then it's going to walk us through selecting the keyboard layout. Click yes if you're satisfied with the selection. We're going to skip adding a second keyboard layout. And next we're going to connect to a network. Because this virtual machine is not connected to the internet currently, we're going to select I don't have internet on the next page and continue with limited setup. There we go. Next, we're going to set up our account. We're just going to set up a local account. And it wants us to use ITE user as the account, as the username. All right, so I had to truncate this video a little bit because I don't want to run out of time. So we went through setting up a user account and a username and entering a password, creating a password for that user. We're going to decline all our Cortana settings, accept all the privacy settings. I typically wouldn't do that, but this is just for the assignment. And the installation is going to continue. And in a few minutes, hopefully, Windows will come back and finalize their settings. So I'll be right back. All right, so we're back, and we're just going to finalize some settings here. It looks like the Windows desktop is loaded, so we need to select our display configuration. The recommendation is 800 by 600, right? 800 by 600. We'll select that. And I'll be right back. Don't want to run out of time. Actually, nope, here we are. Let's get logged in. To our Windows 10 virtual machine. Boom, there it is. Thanks for watching, and I apologize for the rough video, but we got it done. Thanks, and have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching.